What is up, everybody? Sorry, I had to turn it down real quick. Welcome to the show. It is the Positively Awesome Wrestling Podcast, and I'm here with my main crew, and we have a new guest with us tonight, so he will be getting introduced first. He goes by the name of Beast Mode 9000. Beast Mode, how the heck are you doing? And thank you for joining us, man.
Dude, thank you for having me, man. This is awesome. I'm doing pretty damn good. Bro, we got the Skull King and the Drip King in the same room. You can't really go wrong.
That's right.
Yes. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It is I, the Skull King, the reigning, undisputed YouTube heavyweight champion of the world, Beast Mode 9000. I am so excited to be here and talk some wrestling with y'all. This is going to be great.
And before we go to anybody else, real quick, we're here, Courtney. We're here. I know you was here early, but we here now, so everybody can just chill. We can have a good time. We got Cameron up in there. Thank you, Cameron, for joining us as always. Much appreciated. And Courtney, she's like our mainstay fan here, and she says, "Beast Mode, what's up?"
Yo, so, what's up? Let's go.
Man, no, it is you is looking good, babe. But thank you anyways. Look at that. We got Nick in the chat as well. Oh, my goodness. Thank you for joining us, Nick. Hey, give your predictions, Nick. I might go ahead and throw you in on the pool as well. Maybe you can win the title and you're not even on the show. That would be crazy. But now that we've gotten myself and Beast Mode out of the way, Tidy, how the heck are you? And how the heck have you been enjoying wrestling this week, my main man?
I am back from the dead of 2 weeks of feeling sick. I took this weird medicine called Zcam. I don't know what the hell it is, but I took 3 of those things. Next day, I felt like 90% better. Today, I'm there. It's just there's some congestion. And, man, I love Drew and R-Truth. That's all I really need. Just get rid of the rest of the roster so we can make a whole new show. Raw is just going to be R-Truth and Drew. That's it.
Hey, you just want to get rid of everyone except for R-Truth and Drew. Is that what you just said?
I take it back.
Say what?
I take it back.
Your boy JD is so mad at you right now, my man. He is so mad at you. You not only are kicking him off the show, you're keeping R-Truth over him.
It's not about that, dog. I just said, well, maybe whatever made me happy. Okay, whatever.
Anyway, now that we got there, Albert, last and as always, certainly not least, how the heck are you, and how have you been enjoying wrestling this week?
Well, I was doing a lot better before you told me that now my title's on the line in a fatal 5-way, just chucking opponents in there against me, trying to take my title away, huh? Huh, Jimmy? It's all good.
So
it's all
about
good.
that, what's happening is I've been watching the corporate ministry days on Raw. So I'm getting a little power hungry. I'm coming up with all these ideas on how I can screw you out of the title, Austin, and put that thing right back on the rightful person where it belongs, right here. That's what's happening.
Me, Austin. It was me all along, Austin.
It was me all along.
Not gonna work for me, pal.
Oh, shut up, a bitch.
So that's what we're doing here. But other than that, I hope you've been doing good. I'm glad you and Tidy are not sick anymore. That's fantastic news.
Thank God, yeah, finally.
Just in time for Rumble week. You can appreciate it to its fullest.
You know, Jimmy, I know we're both going to WrestleMania, but I am a little jealous that you're going to the Rumble and WrestleMania.
I think as of right now, I'm a little bit more excited about the Rumble just because I think this Rumble is probably the best built Rumble I can remember. I don't know about me. Let's go around the room and see what everyone thinks about that. Starting off with the guest of honor, Beast Mode. What do you think? As far as builds go for Royal Rumbles, where would you rank this one?
I would rank this pretty damn high. I think as far as builds go and just like potential outcomes, I mean, 2017's up there too. 2017 was up there. I remember building to that Rumble. I was like, yo, there's a bunch of people who could win this. So this is that's up there too this year. So like this is probably, I'm always hyped for the Rumble any time of year. Even if God forbid I ever stray away from wrestling, I'll always come back around Rumble season because I always have that hype around Rumble season. But this feels different. This feels like 2017-esque, like that level of like, oh my God, what the hell's gonna happen?
So let's go to Albert. What about you? What would you rank it, man?
It's really up there. I'm doing my yearly Royal Rumble rewatch. I've started from 1988. I'm up to 2008 right now. It's a struggle. Every year it just gets doubly harder now because of how many more Rumbles there's 2 more Rumbles a year. I've also thrown the Greatest Royal Rumble in there too. So,
bro, that's punishment.
In terms of a build, this is really very well built. in terms of, the idea of who can win it, there have been a couple. I went to Royal Rumble 2008. I had no idea John Cena was going to be there. So, the idea that, that Royal Rumble to me holds a special place in my heart. But the build was actually pretty good. We got Rey Mysterio and Edge on the undercard, which was a very well-built world title match. Ric Flair on the retirement tour when he faced MVP. So I think 2008 is up there with me. The surprise of John Cena coming out, even though the smart fan that I was back at that time was not happy with that decision at all. Still one of the best surprises.
John Cena.
I did. I booed him out of the building. Almost walked out.
And Tidy, what about you? What would you say about the build so far?
I would say it's like the second best build because of favoritism. I mean, it's Drew, there's Bobby, there's Cody. Stuff going on with Seth right now. Punk. I want to see Bobby destroy people. Brock might come back. Rock might be in there. And for no reason, John Cena, screw it. I mean, that is pretty huge. And this has got to be the year of Bayley. She keeps saying she has a plan. And she's the only one that's like announcing she's got this great plan. And I want that Bayley main event WrestleMania moment. The thing is, I'm very favoritism towards the woman's first announced Royal Rumble. Like, that blew my brain. That was world-shattering because Charlotte Flair pushed me so much into women's wrestling that I couldn't look back after that. So that's my first.
What up, Tom? Thank you for coming back, buddy. I ain't seen you in a minute. Thank you for joining us.
Number 2.
Yeah, we talking Royal Rumble. I know everybody loves Royal Rumble, so I know everybody's coming in tonight. We got that. We'll get to that. I think I'm gonna surprise some people with my top 5 list here. And since we're talking about that, there's no better segue. My segues have been flawless this year so far, and I don't even try. That's how good I am at it. We're doing the Positively Awesome Wrestling Top 5. And this week's Positively Awesome Wrestling Top 5 is, much like last week's, the top 5 most likely winners for the Women's Royal Rumble. I want to kind of breeze through these a little bit more a little bit quicker than last week because of the added predictions, but we will talk about each one of them individually. Of course we will. Dang straight, the segue god. That's what I be. And, oh man, I'm always so bad. I click the wrong things all the time. So, with that said, number 5 on this list, and I only put on this list because I could only really think of 4 possible winners for the Women's Royal Rumble. And I was like, who could I put at number 5 that would make sense? Super Cena Bianca Belair at number 5. Simply, again, just because it's Bianca Belair. It wouldn't surprise me if they were just like, let's just throw a monkey wrench and everything and just set the world on fire. Bianca Belair wins. With that said, I only gave her 2% chance of winning. So if you have anything you want to say about Bianca Belair possibly winning the Royal Rumble, feel free. I'll give Beast Mode the honor to go first. Once again, if he has anything. If not, we'll just move on with the rest of the lists.
I mean, I hate to give a precursor to my top 5, but she's also in mine. So no, you're not crazy at all. Like, I mean, goddamn, I've seen weirder things happen in the world of wrestling, and especially in WWE. So, like, it is very possible they could just say screw it and put it. Not that I want them to, even though I love Bianca, but there is a possibility.
Yeah, for sure. Albert, what about you, man?
I mean, her path to WrestleMania at this point in time is unclear, right? We don't know what she's doing. It looks like she'll probably be feuding with Damage Control, but hey, look, like you said, she's like the John Cena of the women's division. There's always that chance, right? Mega babyface, to win the Royal Rumble. It's always a feel-good story, but I don't see it happening.
No, that 2%. That's what you're getting. 2%.
That's a fair prediction.
Tidy, what about you? 2%? You think that's a fair percentage to give Bianca Belair in this Royal Rumble?
Maybe I'll give her 3. Whatever.
Dang, he's being generous.
I'll do the Price is Right. So I think because I want to see Rhea Ripley fight Bianca. I wouldn't mind it. You know what I mean? Like, so
we all want it.
I would say a tiny bit higher. If you're gonna swerve us and not give us Becky or Bayley, I'll take Bianca versus Rhea any day.
Okay, so we all pretty much in agreement with that one. I'm okay with that. Good. I hit that one right on the head. Now we can move on to number 4. And that's where things are about to get a little bit interesting. Because I think she's higher on a lot of other people's lists. And I understand why. But you're going to have to hear why no, that's not what I meant to do. You're going to have to hear why I...
Bianca again.
have her so low.
She has a twin.
And I hate to even do it. And Tidy knows this more than anybody. Number
It's like
4,
Tom and
I
Nick
got
Mysterio.
Becky Lynch.
Come on, man.
I know a lot of people have her really high, and I'm going to go real quick and explain why I don't. They're clearly teasing Becky and Rhea. My thing, though, is Rhea has Perth next month in her home country. She is going to be main eventing that show. Who is she going to main event that show with? Right now, the options are Nia Jax and Becky Lynch. I'm sorry, but Nia Jax and Rhea Ripley is in a main event for a Elimination Chamber pay-per-view. Just not me. I just can't see that happening. Becky Lynch, though, we all know. I don't know if Beast Mode's with us on this one. We're about to find out, but I don't think there's anyone better than Becky Lynch at getting the most out of someone and making a program as great as it can possibly be. So that's why I have Becky Lynch at number 4. I wouldn't be surprised if she won. I just don't think she is going to win, and I only give her an 8% chance. That's how little I think. But again, it wouldn't surprise me. So with that, I'm going to swing it over to Tidy because he is the reverted. I converted him into being a Becky fan, so we're going to hear what he has to say about her being so low on my list.
Bullshit. It's not fair. Becky can, man, Becky and Bayley being the final 2, that's great and all. I don't think it should be that, but I do want Becky or Bayley to win because if we're building towards WrestleMania, like they said, mommy versus that. But yeah, you're right. You got to use your logic all the time, Jimmy, and just make it make sense. The damn Elimination Chamber. I'm talking about a business here. Well, Tidy is not in the business of business. Tidy is in the business of being blown away at the build of her building that shit towards WrestleMania. If she can make a build with Trish Stratus almost kind of fall off and pop right back up, man, I think it would be perfect for her. I mean, who else besides the other winner challenging Rhea? Because if you don't challenge Rhea, not to say that Io isn't doing great, but right now Rhea is the Roman. You got to go after the biggest one. Like, if you could beat Rhea. So, yeah, I think Becky should be a bit higher because of my emotions. But logically, Jimmy, you're damn spot on, and I don't want to talk anymore.
If it was based on my emotions, Becky Lynch is number 1 on this list. Hands down.
For real. Yeah.
Again, I'm trying to be sensible here with the list and not go crazy with it. So with that, I'll swing it down to Beast Mode. What do you think about Becky Lynch, number 4 on my list?
I think it's a solid pick, man. I also think I am in agreement that I think her and Rhea is probably going to be the main event of the Chamber. I would like to see them maybe drag that out to Mania because I have a feeling they're going to have the winner of the Women's Royal Rumble go after the Undisputed Women's title. I would like to see them drag Becky and Rhea out until Mania, which would be super, super nice. I don't know if it'll happen. I'd like to see it, so I think Becky's a solid pick for number 4 because there's always that chance, but I do think it's more of a logical step towards her being in the main event of the Chamber against Rhea.
Okay, and so with that, stretching out to Mania, I did think of this. Not only has Becky started a program with Rhea Ripley recently, Nia Jax as well, and she also has a win over Becky Lynch. So with that said, Albert, do you think you could tell me how you think about Becky being number 4 on his list, but then you could also tell me what do you think about a possibility of Nia Jax and Becky Lynch taking this all the way to the Chamber and there being a possible triple threat as well?
I will say that I don't like that you've learned to read my mind, and that's disturbing to me because my question was going to be to everybody, okay, if Becky doesn't win the Rumble, which, okay, fine, there's a chance that could be, and Becky does face Rhea Ripley in Perth, what's the WrestleMania match? Because I didn't feel like there was a contender that was built up well enough to face Becky. You guys have convinced me that, okay, sure, if Becky does lose, we could do a triple threat at WrestleMania with Nia involved. That would make a lot of sense. I'm okay with it. I look, here's the other thing. I didn't have Becky high on my list either. I think there was the chance she faced Rhea for the title. I didn't see her winning the Rumble. I just don't think that we're going to get a repeat Royal Rumble winner in the women's division for a little while. I think they're going to try to put a new woman over every year because they have the opportunity to do it now. It's different from, the Royal Rumbles of yesteryear where, it had to be Austin a couple of years in a row. It had to be Shawn a couple of years in a row. the rosters are big enough now. There's multiple champions. You can do a lot of different things. I don't think we see a repeat winner. I think having Becky here is a pretty good. I think it's a pretty good spot.
Okay. All right. With that, we're gonna move on to number 3, and I didn't get as much pushback on Becky Lynch as I thought I was. I know for a fact I'm about to get pushback on my number 3 pick because she is the favorite on a lot of people's lists, not mine, and I'm gonna tell you why. Number 3, I got Bayley.
Okay.
And this is exactly why. We all want Bayley to win because we want her to challenge Io Sky and win and get her WrestleMania moment, because there's Drew McIntyre and there's Bayley. Those are the two, in my opinion, in the world of wrestling that deserve this more than anybody else. They deserve their moments because they carried us through the Thunderdome era and then they never got anything for it. So now is the time to reward them. Unfortunately, Bayley's story, she hasn't broke up with Damage Control, and they really haven't kind of started it other than kind of tease it for a consecutive weeks. There's really been no like reason to think it's going to happen. And the people that are going to turn is not Bayley on Damage Control, is Damage Control on Bayley. So Bayley, to me, Bayley can't win the Royal Rumble if she's going to challenge Io Sky, because why would she if she has shown no signs of wanting to? I know they could do it out of the dark, out of the blue, whatever. I'm not a fan of that. I like builds, and I like to be able to see it happen. So I see her being eliminated by someone from Damage Control. Maybe all 3 of them just jump her and throw her out. I don't know. Or maybe they do it on SmackDown. I don't know. And then she has to win her opportunity at the Elimination Chamber when you have Kairi Sane and Asuka in there to try and stop her. I think that builds up Io and Bayley a lot better. I got Bayley. I'll give her 25% chance of winning for sure, because I mean, it's kind of leaning towards her winning it, and I'm not. It's Bayley. She deserves the world. I just think the build would be better done a different way. So with that, Albert, I'm gonna let you go first. What do you think about Bayley? 25% chance at number 3 on my list.
Yeah, I think that's right about where it is. I think the story that they're telling right now is that everybody's kind of set in Damage Control. Okay, Io's the women's champion. All right, Asuka and Kairi, they're gonna inevitably be the tag team champions. Where does that leave Bayley? You know, they're stringing her along. You know, I liked the tease a couple of weeks ago with Bayley. We couldn't attack Bianca Belair outside. The referee was looking right at us. No, he wasn't. He distracted him. But you know, like there's these little hints and stuff like that. But it looks like, okay, she's better at being with us than against us right now. Let's keep her around. She's not hurting anybody right now. We're all good, you know. But yeah, I think that we're right. That's right where we need to be with Bayley. I think that's, you know, a good story. I think they're telling it really well. I think there's a good chance we do see Bayley versus Io at WrestleMania, but I don't think she needs the Rumble to get there. As a matter of fact, I don't think she even needs to quote unquote earn the title shot. I think the story is just so set up there that it makes so much sense.
Yeah. Beast Mode, what about you? Where did you have Bayley on your list?
I had her high. I had her higher than number 3. I think she's a little low, but I see why she's low on your list. She's just not that low on mine.
I try to come up with reasons. I don't just do things just to do things. I'm not an insane person, but what do you think about just the 25% chance? Do you think that's fair based on other people that could possibly win? Or do you think she's just a clear-cut winner? This is in your opinion.
My opinion, I think 25 is fair. Maybe you could have given her a 33 and a third chance of winning, because when you go one-on-one with another wrestler, you don't really have 50 chance of winning. But in my opinion, I think she's clear-cut. That's just me. I think she's as close to clear-cut as you can get.
Yeah.
But I do think the better build would be for the Chamber. I don't think they're gonna do it though.
Okay, that's fair. And Tidy, I know you a Bayley freak fanatic, and you probably not happy with me right now, but I still want to hear what you got to say.
Look, man, I don't know if I have anything to say right now.
He is so disappointed in me.
Realistically, I don't have anything to say. You just suck the oxygen.
He feels
out
betrayed.
Of my lungs. The oxygen's gone, brother. We got to move to the next one, because like I don't even know shit.
Do you? Okay, well let's
do I agree?
Question. Do you like the build that I have given you for my reason for her not winning?
No, I love it. I mean,
Okay,
it's perfect.
okay.
She doesn't
I didn't
need it,
totally
just like
piss you off. Then we're good.
You and Albert said exactly what I needed to hear. It's not needed the way the story's set up. So it just, I wanted to see that. So
I'm a firm believer.
There's always hope. Always hope. But 25%.
I'm a firm believer that you shouldn't let someone who has a story already in play to get them to a scenario win the Royal Rumble. You shouldn't do that. You should create a story with the Rumble as opposed to just using the Rumble to further a story. That's just me. Unless it's Cody Rhodes, because that one actually does make sense. But it's very rare that happens. Yeah. But dang, Tidy, I hurt his feelings. I hurt his feelings big time. That's okay, though, because I think he's going to love my next pick, because I don't see a lot of people talking about this one. But we were just talking about her a second ago, Nia Jax.
Yay!
Now, to be fair, I gave her a 25% chance as well. So she's right there on the same page as Bayley. But the reason I'm saying Nia Jax is for the triple threat reason itself. I can see Becky and Rhea having a great match. Nia Jax being absolutely pissed because, hey, I just beat Becky. Why is she getting the opportunity? I won the Royal Rumble. Why is Becky getting the opportunity? And then Becky's still sneaking in the WrestleMania to cause a triple threat to really further that Nia Jax. I'm pissed and make it interesting as possible. But then I think what that does possibly is take away from Rhea's reign or as her the champion. That's why I don't have her as a higher percentage. But 25%, I think she has a legit shot. But she's not my pick, so I'll just put that there. So with that, I'm going to swing it over to Beast Mode first on this one. What do you think about Nia Jax being on the same playing field as Bayley?
I don't like it. I am not a fan. I get it. I get it. Goddamn. I do like the Becky and Rhea idea, and then having Nia be like, "No, it's me, because I won the Rumble," and that would make me have that would make me have kittens. I don't. Hate's a strong word. I don't hate Nia. I just don't like her. Like, I just never have got the hype with Nia, and I don't want to see her win the Rumble. I really don't. But I get it.
Okay. Before I move on from you, I'll ask you this. Do you think she's doing a better Nick, I'll get to you in a second. Do you think she's doing a better job this run than she did in her previous run?
I mean, you can shine a turd, it's still a turd. Like, okay. I mean, right. I mean, no offense, and no offense to any Nia fans out there. Hey, I just don't get the hype. But it's still not. I'm not a Nia fan. Just not a Nia fan.
That's fair. Hey, we all have people we don't like. Everybody does, except for maybe Tidy. I don't know if Tidy doesn't like anybody. Cody, he don't like Cody. I'm
right there with you, bro.
I'm just joking. Tidy, I'm gonna go to you next because I know you like Nia.
I don't like Cody.
About Nia being number 2 on the list.
Well, I mean, I can't say I kind of love Cody, man. I don't know. He sold me. Anyways, back to Nia. Anyways, I did like the thing that Drew said about Cody. That was really good. In that damn business suit, smiling all the time. Spot on. That's how I always felt. Anyways, back to why I love Cody, Nia. So, Nia, the thing with Nia is, I thought she's been presented very well coming back.
Yeah.
And like a lot of people say, you push her too fast back in the day. She beat Becky in a good way. She's been literally stomping on people, but it's not about that. I went more than that. I thought her mic work was excellent because you don't really have a lot of super big women that can destroy and eat you alive, kind of like Braun Strowman. We saw Braun Strowman in the beginning before he fumbled on the mic a lot. We were like, man, Braun Strowman could be dope if he can just get his presentation and his mic skills down. I loved her mic work since she's come back. I thought it was just right for who she is. So I've always been a Nia fan. I've always been a Charlotte fan. There's certain people that I really like, or maybe it's more beast mode of like I have a lot of hope for them because I see something there's something I see that I dig.
Yeah.
And I don't think she's all. Anyways, I think 25% is fair because she's one of the only people that are presented that way. We don't got Jade Cargill here right now. we don't have the surprise NXT people because we don't know their surprises. Like who could show up? You know, Tiffany Stratton, might as well make her a story, right? But what's being presented now, I think Nia is a beast. And she is, you know, got
copyright infringement.
Blood. She got Roman Reigns blood in her. So pull something.
She is a beast, but she is not the beast. Oh,
yeah.
Right there. But she is a beast. And that's fair.
That's all I got to say about Nia.
All right. And Albert, what do you think about Nia Jax sitting in number 2 and her 25% chance of winning the whole thing?
I think it's fair. I don't think it's too plausible, but I do think that I see the point of it. I think that, you know, there is that you know, Hogan slamming Andre aspect of trying to have Rhea hit the riptide on Nia at a WrestleMania. I think that, you know, that's a little story WWE likes to tell all the time. Sure, absolutely. There's always a chance. Not likely. Wouldn't be my pick, but is there a chance? Absolutely.
Okay, and just one more part about this. A spot in the Royal Rumble I tend to hate so much is when there's the big person in there and everybody teams up and they got to get the person out and they all team up to do it. I don't think a big person who gets put in those positions has ever won the Rumble. So with her doing that, I think it kind of just,
Yokozuna's the only one I can think of.
Okay. I didn't even. I completely I fumbled that one. I didn't even think about that one. But you watch every year. You know these things.
I literally watched that Royal Rumble like 3 days ago. So yeah.
Okay. Well, he's bloodline. Nia's bloodline.
There you go. There you go. So it all links up.
I tied it together, baby. We scissor in there. Anyway, now on to the number 1 pick, and this is completely my choice, which means I don't care if people think it's crazy. This is how convinced I am it's happening. At 40%. I have Liv Morgan not only returning, but winning the Royal Rumble to challenge Rhea because she has unfinished business with Rhea. And if I'm remembering correctly, Rhea Ripley's attack is why Liv Morgan is gone right now. So what better way than to have Liv Morgan return to the Rumble, get that return pop, win it. She was runner-up last year to Rhea Ripley, win it, go to WrestleMania, challenge her, and then my fantasy booking can go into play.
That makes sense.
I won't put that part in this, but that's my reason for giving her a 40% chance of winning it. Albert, I'm gonna let you go first here. What do you think about it?
I wish Nick was here because I would love to just hear Nick.
Yes. This has nothing to do with me picking her. I promise you, Nick. I promise you 1,000%. It's literally to do with the fact that Rhea took her out. They were number 1 and number 2 last year as far as the last ones, and she has to return and get her revenge. What better way to get revenge than to challenge her at WrestleMania?
I'm going to preface this by saying I don't dislike Liv Morgan.
You just don't
But I do not see Liv Morgan being ready to be in a World Championship match at WrestleMania one-on-one with Rhea Ripley. I just don't think she's ready. I think that if you gave me 6 months of her being built, having some meaningful matches and beating some other people, sure. But I do not think she is ready for WrestleMania.
Okay, so she wins the Royal Rumble, and then she has to win some matches to get to the Rumble, and then she proves to you that she's ready. She's ready. She's ready. You about to?
I don't see it all. I think she's got less of a chance than Bianca Belair does. I'll put it to you that way.
That's insane to me.
Wow.
She's not leaving WrestleMania with the belt. She's leaving with Dominic Mysterio. That's what I'm telling you right now. I'm gonna swing it over to you.
She's at WrestleMania in a match that's not the women's battle royal or whatever they do.
Man, Tidy, what do you think about it? What do you think about it, Tidy? Redeem this man below me.
So, I was not someone who was very fond of Liv in the beginning until I seen her get a little bit better at her promos. I'm a really heavy promo person. And I seen her get a little bit better, and just kind of like Nia, I had some kind of little hope for her. I just want her involved in a ridiculously good storyline. And I love the Dom ideas. She said that. So I've been sold on the idea that she's going to be with Dom in my head. Because you planted that shit. Wait, hold on. You planted that.
I'm a mad scientist, man. I don't know what to tell you.
I think that'll be a dope story.
Yeah.
Just, that is a tall feat. I mean, out of everyone else, and then I would see her win. Would I be as happy?
No,
because emotionally, I still want Bailey or Becky. Man, I'll take Jade Cargill. Man, I'll take surprise. I'll take Trish Stratus. I'll take Trish Stratus. I'll take Tiffany Stratton. I would take a lot of people, but because of the story, I want the story. I wouldn't say 40%, but I would say 33% if I saw her come in.
33 and 1/3.
33 is good. I think 33 is good because she's got some stuff to do.
And Beast Mode, last but certainly not least, take it home. What do you think about Liv Morgan winning it with a 40%?
Gotta be honest, totally forgot about Liv. Totally forgot about Liv. And you brought her up, and I was like, okay, where's this gonna go? And yeah, I think you're right. Rhea is the reason she's not on TV right now. She has unfinished business. It makes sense. It makes a lot of sense. Do I want it for the story? Yes. Do I think it's going to happen? No. But I am here for the story of that. That would be incredible. Oh my God, man. Because that story leading into Mania.
Okay.
Yes. And I'd be here for that.
I don't know if you're aware of my fantasy booking about this whole scenario. That has no reason as to why I have her number one. I promise everybody. I promise it. But my fantasy booking is that Liv not only goes in, but Dom turns on Rhea at WrestleMania to help Liv win the title so that Liv is his new mommy. Everyone hates him because how do you dump Rhea Ripley and how do you get Liv
exactly?
Morgan? And then guess what we get at Backlash? Dominic Mysterio versus Rhea Ripley. A money match if I've ever seen one. So that's my fantasy booking.
I'm here for that. And plus it keeps Rhea strong too.
It gives her that babyface turn that everybody's waiting for. Like That's my thing, and that's where I'm going with it. But that had no reason why I have her number one. I promise everybody. I promise you. I've
been wanting Rhea in intergender matches forever, so I'm here for it.
Dom gets everybody, so why wouldn't he be the first one to get in there with Rhea? Like I guess Tozawa was the first, but that wasn't really a match.
That's true.
But I'll go ahead. Beast Mode, you said you had a list. You had a top 5 list.
Yeah.
Would you like to run through it real quick? The floor is yours, sir. I am curious, honestly.
Yeah, real quick. Bianca number 5. I also think that there's a chance, but it's not a small one, or not a big one, I should say rather. Number 4, and again, this is just strictly because I'm a fan of this woman, and I would love to see it. Fantastic babyface, and I think she would do wonders to be the winner of the Royal Rumble. Maybe not this year. That's why she's at number 4. Roxanne Perez. I think that, dude. I'm telling you, man, that would be incredible. Number 3, probably Bex. Because I don't think she's gonna, but she's probably that middle of the road. Gonna be honest, I don't have a number 2 because I couldn't think of anybody, so fuck it, throw Liv Morgan in there. And number 1, clear cut can be Bayley.
Yeah, I mean, that's why I put Bianca in mine. I didn't have a number 5. I was like, fuck it.
Yeah, right?
Bianca makes sense to win everything and anything because she wins everything and anything. So if somehow she wins, I could be like, hey, I kind of called it. I can pat myself on the back.
Right, there you go.
It was just forced upon me. But there we go with that. Very excited for this Women's Royal Rumble, though, because, again, I feel like there's a few winners. Most of the time, it's 1-2 people we have an idea of, men and women's. Both of these, I think, are kind of wide open a little bit. Men's a lot more than the women's, but still, the women's is a little bit wild. The women's is still wide open. But from there, we'll move on to the next subject, and I'll give us about 10 minutes on this one so we can get to the predictions. But Seth Rollins has been injured, and apparently the injury might not be as bad as a lot of people think. He could possibly be back in time to wrestle at WrestleMania. With that said, our first question, we'll run around this room real quick. Do you think Seth is dropping that title tomorrow on Raw? Tidy wouldn't go around in a circle here. Do you think he's dropping the title tomorrow?
To be the pessimistic bomb that I don't want to happen, yes. I want to see chaos.
Okay. Well, that's what I like to see. That's what I like to hear. I like chaos.
Because, man, that's going to throw everything a monkey wrench.
Okay. Beast Mode 9000, what do you think? Is he dropping the title tomorrow?
I don't know. I have no clue. And that is my I've thought about this a little bit. I've kind of toiled over it. I'm like, he could, if the injury's that bad, or if it's not as bad as you think, maybe he could work through it. But I'm middle of the I've been thinking about it since it was announced that he got hurt. And going into Raw tomorrow, I'm middle of the road. I have no clue, and I'm scared. I'm not even gonna lie. I am terrified.
That makes for great television, though. So I ain't mad at it. And Albert, what about you? Do you think he's dropping the title tomorrow?
I'll complete the circle here. No, I don't think so.
Okay.
Yeah. I think that there's a chance. So I think with knowing they have Priest in their back pocket at any moment to cash in and take that championship off of him in a satisfying way, I think that they can do it and they can pull the trigger at any time. But if there's the slightest bit of chance that CM Punk is back, that they could have Seth versus Punk at WrestleMania this year, they're going to try to do it at any time because Lord knows Tony Khan and AEW thought they're going to have CM Punk for a very long time. And we didn't get some of those dream matches that we thought because we were like, well, CM Punk's going to be here forever. We can do this dream match year 2. Well, maybe there won't be a year 2 for Seth Rollins. I think if there's the chance, WWE's going to push very hard. I think they're going to push for Seth Rollins to come back and be healthy, obviously, in order to defend at WrestleMania. But if there's a 30% chance, they're going with it.
Okay.
Seth got that championship until there's a 0% chance.
So it's a partially torn meniscus, if I remember correctly.
Yes.
And I think that's the injury that kind of holds it up because if he gets surgery, he can be back quicker. But if he just lets it heal, that's the 6 to 9 month turnaround, and it's like, oh, come on, Seth.
I believe it's similar to what he got from Samoa Joe before that WrestleMania match he had from with Triple H. Where it didn't look like he was going to be able to make it back.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, and he inevitably did to make it back.
Second time.
So, yeah.
Man, he's a little bit older, though, and the older you get, the longer the injuries take to...
And Seth's had problems with his knees for a long time, so...
Very long time, yeah.
It might be just in his best interest long-term to just kind of take the 6 to 9 months and heal up as much as he possibly can. That's my opinion on it, though. But I hate to say that during WrestleMania season. But
well, that's what I think. I think that he'll hustle back for Mania and then just be like, all right, I'm done after this.
I'm done, yeah.
Yeah, Punk can take the title off of me or whatever you want to do, and I'll just, go home and rest up for a little while.
And then he returns with Power Black on the Indies. No. Okay, so with that, now we're going to go around the room again. We're going to go counterclockwise. I'll give Tidy a little bit of time to think about this one. If he is dropping the title tomorrow, how would you do it?
Ooh.
So he comes out, cuts the promo. Drew McIntyre comes out, and of course, here we go. Seth Rollins, gets the big hero celebration, right? Of course, the fighting champion, and he wrestles, somebody, and now he's hurt, and now he's got, blah, 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 blah. So Seth, gets in his face. What's your problem? Drew drops him. Here comes Damian Priest, cashing that money in the bank. Damian Priest, comes out with Dom. They all take, they have the entire Judgment Day surround the ring. No one can interfere. That's it. Damian Priest wins the championship. That's how I would do it.
Okay. Or Judgment Day jumps Damian Priest and then Finn Balor cashes in because he has the Money in the Bank briefcase.
I would love that even more because I know.
I'm just blowing smoke up your ass now.
Can't get it for me. So.
Okay, Beast Mode. What about you? If he loses it, if he's dropping it, how are you doing it?
Oh man, I would pull the real professional route. I would have him come out with Triple H.
Okay.
And because he's Triple H's boy. And I would have him be like, hey, I'm hurt. I gotta drop this title. I'm sorry. So I am hereby relinquishing the World Championship. And Triple H, could you please tell the folks what we have agreed on? Because I'm the champion and you're obviously the head of creative. So could you please tell the people what we have agreed? And what Triple H would say is that, hey, world title's vacant. The Royal Rumble is not for the championship. But instead, the Elimination Chamber is.
Okay.
For the vacant championship. And that's where I would go. And from there, I would have Punk win the Chamber. And I would do Punk and Drew at Mania. And then have Damian cash in after Punk retains.
You know what? I've not heard a single person use the Elimination Chamber for that. And I love it. I honestly love that. Yeah,
I like it.
I do. Tidy, what about you?
I was gonna
How
say
would you have them? What's that?
I was gonna say just brackets. Set up a tournament bracket.
Okay.
Because like
tournament, yeah, tournament could be good too. Yeah.
Drew, Jay, but I think it's better to, if you do a tournament bracket, then like he said, put that into the elimination chamber. Like who's gonna get that? I mean, it's kind of weird to not have a champion around, like in Rumbles going on.
Yeah.
Because that's the purpose of the Rumble. But then that would add some intrigue. Okay, like well, who's gonna get it?
Yeah, then who wins the Rumble goes after Roman. Yeah.
Yeah, it could be.
I think the only problem with that is that it kind of makes the winner of the Royal Rumble a lot more predictable.
That's fair.
If they're going after Roman, like we know Cody's going to win, or The Rock possibly. But please no.
If they do a bracket or just do a gauntlet, I mean, I wouldn't. At this point, I wouldn't mind just freaking Gunther stepping up. Holy shit. He just shows up in the bracket or the gauntlet and destroys. Number one in the gauntlet.
Everybody.
Destroys people. I would not mind seeing it because then, Anyways, I was going to say really quick, this isn't the first time someone has been injured. Like Ilya Dragunov supposedly got injured. And then all of a sudden he comes back like 4 weeks later.
That was a work.
I know it's a work. That's what I'm saying. This can all just be a work for all we know too. Just to throw us off because we think we know better at the Royal Rumble of who's going to win because what it leads to. I'm almost praying to God that that's what this is because I don't want to see Seth end it this way before the Mania. That just sucks for a wrestler, man.
That is a great point you just brought up because since Triple H has taken over, he's kind of utilized these kind of things to pull one over on the fans.
Yep,
we've seen the referee do the X thing during a match, but it was storyline because we all, as smarks, were like, oh, someone's injured, but then it's like, no, he's just using these things to trick us now. That's not even a bad shout. I don't think it's the case, but if it is, it wouldn't surprise me, and I like it. I like that we get fooled now because that's what made wrestling so awesome as a kid. With that, though, if I'm taking the title off of Seth Rollins, I'm literally we already know he's showing up and he's going to be the first person out on Raw. I'm going backstage as soon as Raw shows up. Car comes out. Seth Rollins gets out of the car. As he does, Finn Balor's there waiting for him, laughing in his face.
Oh.
Because Seth laughed in his face. Mm-hmm. Then the Judgment Day, him in the parking lot. Next thing we know, Judgment Day's music hits. We go to the arena. Damian Priest comes carrying him out on his shoulder with his briefcase, rolls him in the ring, cashes in, and Damian Priest is your champion. I canceled Drew and Priest because I don't want that happening on Raw if Priest literally just won the title. That would make no sense to me. And that's how I do it because, one, I think it fixes Damian Priest's Money in the Bank briefcase run because it's kind of just a lot of people have been kind of tired of it because he looks like a fool. I haven't been that bad. I don't think it's that bad, but it hasn't been that good either. But if he comes out as a no-nonsense guy that takes complete advantage of a situation like this, I think it's brilliant, and it fixes everything they've done in the past with him. And then you have Damian Priest going into Mania with a title, and that opens the door for Drew McIntyre to get his moment at Mania, which I think we all agree, deserves it for what he did during the Thunderdome. That's how I would do it. I didn't even think about the Finn thing until we brought up Finn earlier, but having him laugh in Seth's face, if that doesn't happen tomorrow night, I'm going to be upset because it needs to happen.
I agree.
It brings it full circle.
Yes.
And then one last question before we get to the predictions. We'll go clockwise again. Toddy, you'll be up first. Do you think there's a chance they just go ahead and say the winner of the Rumble is your champion?
There's a chance. I think there is a chance, and I wouldn't be too mad at it because then it sets up, instead of having a Rumble, I can have people earn their spots in Mania by just story alone, Elimination Chamber alone, and I think that'll be a nice touch. So I wouldn't be upset that it happened. So I think it's a possibility.
Okay, Beast Mode.
Yes, and I would not be a fan. The reason being is because if Cody, that son of a bitch, is gonna win the Rumble, well then what the fuck? Like,
I don't think
why?
Cody would win it if that was the case. I think they'd switch.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That is fair, but that would throw the entire Rumble under disarray, and I wouldn't be a big fan of it. And like, because I'm not a Cody fan, really not, but I do think he's winning the Rumble, and I'm still gonna be mad about it. But it does make the most sense. So if you're gonna have the title be in the Rumble and the winner of the Rumble be champion, it just doesn't. It makes sense like for storyline wise for single feud builds to Mania. But no.
He said, "Don't be bagging on my boy." He don't hate him. He just
hey man. I'm not a. I hate to say it, but well, actually, I don't really hate to say it. When Cody lost last year, I laughed. I'm sorry, I did. It was hilarious.
I was literally walking through LA doing this after Cody lost.
Now, and I think Cody's gonna beat Roman too. I'm not gonna like it, but I think it's gonna happen. Like, oh well.
Yeah, I will have been to 5 different type of shows by the end of the January. That's insane. I put in some work this month, baby. I'm trying to do it all year long too. Albert, what about you? Yay or nay on it?
No chance in hell. And I just think that it ruins everything because. Exactly. Me and Nick are usually pretty, see eye to eye on a lot of this stuff. I just think that we said it earlier. There are so many different options for who's going to win the Rumble this year, and it's a really long. It's been a long time since there has been this much uncertainty. I think that year that Sheamus won the Rumble, everybody thought Jericho was going to win it. Nobody really predicted Sheamus was going to win it. I feel like that was like the last time we had a real deal I'm not really sure who's going to win the Rumble this year. This takes all the intrigue out of it by putting the world title there. Cody's not going to win. It's basically then it's just going to be, okay, well, Punk's going to win. And you know what? That means that if the title's on the line in the Rumble, Rock's not going to win either. So it really just takes the intrigue out of it if The Rock decides that he's going to inevitably, show up or whatever. I don't think it makes any sense. I think that they do something else.
I 100% agree.
Thank you for joining, Bud. Midget violence, because we went to the midget show last night, and it was freaking funny as hell. We had the Godfather little midget came out with 2 hoes, slapping people with baby powder on it. It was awesome. It was fantastic. I highly suggest anybody go watch one of those shows if they get the opportunity. It's phenomenal. It's so much fun. I'm going to go ahead and say I don't think it happened, but I also don't think if it does, it ruins things because I think what it does is literally just takes Cody out of the equation. And I'm okay with that because you still have Drew. You still have CM Punk. Sami Zayn, I think.
Sami Zayn.
If it's for the title,
True.
I don't think Sami Zayn's out of the equation because him and Drew have a story about the world title. So fingers crossed, if it is for the title, I'm going to lose my mind. And it's literally 1 year after he left the bloodline. So it's a beautiful moment if that does happen. I don't think it does, but I won't be mad if it does. I won't be. But there we go. We can now move on to the predictions. I know I said we're going to be talking about our favorite moments because we haven't done it all year yet. But I forgot. This man right here has to put his title on the line. He has to. That's the rules that I make. And that's what we're going to do here. We're going to do our predictions. And that also means that if Beast Mode over here wins, he will be returning next month for the prediction show, or at least giving us those predictions because he's going to have to defend the title as well. So with that said, we're going to move on into it. We have 4 matches announced as of right now. What I'm going to add to the predictions, just so that we aren't picking the same things, because a few of them are kind of predictable. We're going to pick the men's final 4. That's possible. You get possible 4 points out of that. You can get 1, you can get 4, you can get 0. We're going to do it for the women's as well. And then we're going to do men's surprise and women's surprise. You're going to pick 2 names. The key there is if you pick someone from NXT, you get 1 point. If you pick someone who's not with the company currently, you get 2. Does everybody get those rules?
Yes.
We all good? We all
100%.
good? Also, a return like Liv Morgan, that would be 1 point as well. So if you want to play it safe, that's fine. But if you want to go for them bonus 2-pointers, that's what we can do there. So with that said, we're going to go counterclockwise here. And we're going to start with me, since I've had more time to think about it than y'all have, unfortunately. I didn't plan it this way, I promise you. This is how it happened. But we'll start with the men's Royal Rumble winner. And I am going to go ahead. I said this last week when we were doing the men's. If Drew is champion. No, if Drew is champion, I would change Sammy from 5 to 1. I don't think Drew's going to be champion because I don't see how that would happen between now and the Rumble. But I do think that the Rumble has a possibility to be for the title. I know Triple H likes to do callbacks. I know he loves to do it. So there is a possibility he does it. And if he does, Sammy's my clear-cut winner. So I'm going with Sami Zayn on this one. Just on a snowball's chance in hell that they played out in my way that I want to see it happen. So that's my pick. Albert, you're up next.
I'm going to go CM Punk. I think he's got the best chance out of everyone right now. And what do you want me to give my final 4 too?
No, we'll do that. We'll do that when we get to it. We'll do the card first.
Punk.
All right, beast mode. We got the men's Royal Rumble.
Cody. For me, unfortunately, but I get Cody. I mean, yeah, but Cody. I'm again. I've got him winning the Rumble, and I have him beating Roman at Mania. I'm not a Cody fan. I'm gonna absolutely be pissed, but it's probably gonna happen, isn't it? Like, oh well, I got Cody winning.
There you go. You won Nick back over. He likes it.
Hey, man.
All right, Tidy, what you got for the men's Royal Rumble winner?
Going with my heart, picking Drew.
Okay.
Love that.
If Drew wasn't on fire, I'd pick Sammy every single day of the year. But I want Drew to be a surprise.
If Priest cashes in, Drew makes a lot of sense, too. We were talking about that last week as well. This is why it's so good. We all pick someone different. I love that because I don't think that would have happened. I don't think that would have happened last year if we were doing this. So I like that. I love it. So with that, we're going to move on to the Women's Royal Rumble. And I got yours too, Nick. I got Cody in for you. He says it's going to be a triple threat. No, bro. It better not be. Women's Royal Rumble winner. And we already know who I'm picking.
Just throwing that out there.
We already know who I'm picking. Liv Morgan's winning the Women's Royal Rumble. Hands down, it's happening. Just get used to it. Albert, you're up next.
Becky.
Push down for Liv Morgan as well.
Becky Lynch.
He's picking Becky?
I'm going all in on Becky. I think it's the right move.
Okay.
I don't think it's the right move. I hate repeat winners. I just don't think that there's another option right now. I think Becky makes the most sense.
Beast mode.
I mean, I think we already know who I got too. It's Bayley. Hey, Bayley. Ooh, I want to know if you'll be my girl. We haven't heard that in a long time. Where the fuck has that been?
You might hear it if she wins at WrestleMania.
I hope so, man. I missed and the hey, we want some Bayley. I missed that too, man. Bring that back.
Way too long.
And Tidy, who you got, man?
I would have been Bayley or Becky all day, but after hearing everything else, I must still have to go with my heart and not go with my logic. I'm picking Bayley as well.
Okay.
I have to go with my heart on this. I love
gun,
Bayley. I love Bayley and Drew. They deserve it. Damn it, they deserve it.
All right. Next up, we got the men's 4-way. Roman Reigns defending his undisputed championship against L.A. Knight. Yeah. Styles and Randy Orton. It's Roman Reigns. I'm not shying away from that. If anybody's picking anyone other than Roman Reigns, raise your hand. I didn't think so. We could just move on to the next one. We're all picking Roman Reigns on that one. That was a slide. I know Nick might not. That's what's crazy about it.
How about this?
Randy.
Who eats the pin?
You know what? That's a great extra question to ask. There you go. Who eats the pin?
I'm going AJ Styles. Oh, and Nick is going Randy Orton.
I knew he would.
Yeah,
I knew he would.
I'm probably going Randy on this one too.
Cody at Mania, but Orton's. Come on, man. Come on, man.
I'm going with the opposite of my heart. I'm going LA Knight.
Okay.
I'm probably going. Obviously, Roman wins, and I'm probably going Randy takes the pin. That's just me.
Okay.
But Randy's
who'd you pick again, Albert?
To take the pin, Styles.
Okay. Look at y'all, all picking someone different.
Sidebar: love that basically Lone Wolf Styles is back from TNA. So here for that. That makes my heart grow 3 sizes.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and say
Evil Ways to come back.
AJ Styles.
Oh, dude, if I ever hear Evil Ways again, my head's gonna explode.
I thought I was nostalgic for Get Ready to Fly, but forget about it. See him come out and act.
Oh my god, man! Oh, if Get Ready to Fly hits, I will cry like that, dude. I'll cry like a baby.
Look at that. You got Nick says Randy Orton's winning. AJ's getting pinned. You got Courtney and my girl Amanda siding with him. What is going on here? Randy Orton ain't winning, y'all. What are you talking about? You know what?
I feel like he's eating the pin. I love Randy, but no. Sorry.
I hope Beast Mode's right, and he eats the pin now, just for y'all being so ridiculous about it. That's what I got to say about it. Okay, next question. I'm over this one. This took way too long. Talk about Roman Reigns in the 4-way. We know what's going to happen, people. Come on. U.S. title match, Kevin Owens versus Logan Paul. This one is interesting because it really isn't. I know who's going to win. I just can't stand the fact that it's going to happen this way. So I'm not even going to say it. Kevin Owens beats Logan Paul for the United States title.
Really?
I'm not picking I can't pick Logan to beat him. It's just not in my DNA. I can't even believe I might cry if it happens, honestly. I might. I can't stand the sight of it.
I can't stand it anymore either.
Albert, go ahead.
It's Logan Paul. I think that he carries that title into WrestleMania. I think he loses it to LA Knight.
I'm the same. Yeah, wow. I'm surprised. Yeah. Wow, I'm picking Logan too.
Yeah, I think it's. Look, do I want to see it? No, of course. I never want to see Kevin Owens lose at any time, ever. But it kind of makes sense, you know?
I'd pop if Kevin won, because I miss Kevin Owens being U.S. champ, but no.
I'd be happy, but yeah, I just don't say it.
Oh, I trust. Go ahead, Tidy.
Logan's little simple promos have been freaking gold. How he's just rubbing it in their face. Like I said before, Logan is the best kept secret, which no one thought would ever happen, that dude could be such a damn good heel. Again, a real life heel, throw back into old school wrestling. People don't know that he's not a douche. And if he's not a douche and he's playing to this character, freaking genius, because he can just play his so-called old character. Anyways, I still have to pick Kevin Owens because I cannot take this bullshit either. I cannot see Kevin lose again, and not for a U.S. title when I want my man to be in the main event, like supposedly WrestleMania, crushing Roman, or just doing. I just want better for Kevin. I can't, man. I want better for Kevin.
And here's my thing with it. Logan Paul has pinned The Miz. He's pinned Ricochet. And he's pinned Rey Mysterio Jr. Rey Mysterio Jr. 30 years into his career, so it's not as significant as it would have been like 10, 15 years ago. He's been pinned by Seth and Roman. I can't stand the thought of Kevin Owens not being in the same realm as Roman and Seth when he clearly is, and being delegated to the situation where he's in the same talk as The Miz and Ricochet. I can't fathom
that's fair.
And that's why I refuse to just put it into the universe with my own words that he's going to beat Kevin Owens, because it shouldn't happen, so I don't think it will happen. Again, I might cry if it does, because I can't.
I will, because Kevin's going to give his damn all, as he always does. Logan's going to throw his head into those damn steel stairs. When Kevin gets thrown into those stairs, no one else takes those stairs like Kevin Owens.
I know.
Dude, I love that spot.
It's such
love that spot.
Kevin's going to give his all, and if he loses, dude, man, shit.
Yeah, I'm going to
pro wrestling. I mean, the heel's going to win. There's almost like no doubt in my mind. Kevin Owens deserves to have his shine, but I think he's going to put on a great match with Logan. I think he's going to get pissed off. He's going to have a good, showing. He's going to have a good Mania match. But I mean, Logan Paul kind of has to win. I know.
Kevin Owens got his ass handed to him last year at Royal Rumble. He can't have it happen again. It can't happen. I refuse to watch 2 Royal Rumbles in a row and watch this man just have his heart ripped out of his chest.
And he didn't have a great. When he had the U.S. title back then, it was under Vince's demand. I mean, so I would like to see what Triple H would do with him with the U.S. Championship. I mean, because if you're not going to put him because Roman's on SmackDown and you got a top tier talent like Kevin freaking Owens, Sami Zayn level, real baby faces. I mean, at least have him have a U.S. title and put some other people over with damn good matches, because if you can do a match with Kevin, you the man. People ain't going to say that about a match with Logan right now. I'm just trying to get any credit I can to make it happens. Leave me alone.
I'll throw in this one last thing before we go to the next part. Everyone's just sold on the idea of Logan Paul versus LA Knight for the United States title at WrestleMania. LA Knight goes over, he gets his big moment. You know what would be a better program than that? LA Knight versus a heel Kevin Owens going into WrestleMania. That would be better than Logan Paul. I stand on my 10 toes in the sand.
Heel Kevin is a genius.
Yes.
That is fair. Yeah, I love heel Kevin, and heel Kevin is U.S. champ too. Oh, I miss Space of America Kevin Owens.
I know realistically this isn't happening, but I refuse to just put it in the universe. I refuse to. So with that, we're going to go on to the juicy predictions now. A little bit harder for you. The men's final four. Again, you can have a chance to you can go from 0, if you get none of them right, all the way to 4. So with that said, my final four are Sami Zayn, clearly, because he's winning. Drew McIntyre, because he could be a winner. CM Punk, because he could be a winner. And Cody Rhodes, because he could be a winner. And that's my final four.
Mine's the same. Just ditto that. Mine's exactly the same.
I had a feeling.
I think I'm not going to have Drew and Sammy, and everybody knows it's CM Punk and Cody.
All right. Albert.
I think everybody's going to have the same 3, and there's going to be like an outlier, like one difference. So Drew, Punk, and Cody, I think, are almost locks to be in the final 4. I think the 4th one is Gunther.
Okay, so hold on a second. Who you got? Sorry, you got Drew?
Drew, CM Punk, Cody, and Gunther.
Okay. You know what? I'm going to make a change in mine real quick. So I don't have the same one as Tidy.
Oh, come on, man.
I'm going to say Sami Zayn, Cody Rhodes, Drew McIntyre, and Dominic Mysterio.
Screw it.
Wow. Taking CM Punk out of the equation altogether.
I'm going to take CM Punk out. I think he's going to – he's not even – yeah, that's what I'm going to say. There you go.
Wow. All right.
Beast Mode, you're up next.
I got Cody from number 1, by the way. He should go to number 1 to the end. Cody, Punk, Drew, and I'll go with Dom.
Nice.
I'll go with Dom too. So you get 2 heels, 2 baby faces.
I was
surprised
that nobody picked Jey Uso. That's the one that I thought that would have been on somebody's list. But
let me tell you something. Jey Uso, kiss my butt. Jimmy Uso is the far superior Uso, and that's what I got to say.
He never apologized to Drew. He never apologized
Jimmy
to
loves
Drew.
some Dom. Wore my Dom shirt at the midget wrestling show last night. That's what's up with that. And then we got Nick. He says Cody number 1, Punk. Give me 2 more. Oh, he got Cody, Punk, Drew, and The Rock. That's Nick's. Oh my goodness.
Ooh.
Goodness. He's sticking to that Rock thing.
he is.
Real quick, do you think Cena shows up and we get a Punk Cena face to face?
Yes.
This isn't for points. This is just for fun and shits and giggles.
I don't think so. I think Cena's got too much to do, but I would love that.
Just as a little thing.
Oh, no, that'd be awesome.
I very much enjoy that. Yeah.
I might fall over the railing. Like, I'm like, oh my god.
We're also counting out. Brock might be there too.
Oh, Brock's gonna be there. Brock is going to be there.
So there's a part of me that maybe Drew's not in that last one, and maybe it's Gunther and Brock on one side, Punk and Cody on the other.
Brock being there is exactly why I don't think Gunther's in the final 4.
Okay, fair enough.
That's fair. That's 100% fair.
Women's Royal Rumble final 4. This one's a little bit more tricky because for me it's a little bit more tricky. So
for you it is,
yeah. Albert, you're so sure of yourself. You get to go first this time. How about that?
Bianca Belair, Bayley, Becky Lynch, and Nia Jax.
Bianca, Bayley, Becky. Is there another B you could have used instead of Nia Jax?
I was really upset that I couldn't find a 4th one.
The final 4 is the
Beyonce makes a special appearance.
There you go.
All right, Beast Mode. Who you got?
Rises from the dead.
Man, Bayley, obviously.
Clearly.
Bailey, Asuka,
Okay.
Becky, and Bianca. Sure, why not? And I would have the final two probably be Bailey and Bianca, just so Bailey can get that one over on Bianca and have Bailey throw out goddamn Asuka.
Okay.
And really get that damage control breakup going.
Tidy. Final four.
Okay, I got Bailey, Nia, Becky, and Tiffany Stratton. Tiffany Stratton.
Ooh, that's man.
Tiffany Stratton's throwing Nia out. She's gonna show that Olympian strength.
So you got Tiffany, Nia, Bailey, and who?
Becky.
Okay.
Interesting.
Nia's gonna go all the way this time. Give her a break, everybody.
Okay. Nick's changing his. Thank you, Nick, because that's one of mine now.
Jade Cargill. Okay.
Liv Morgan, Jade Cargill, Bianca Belair, and Bailey. That's my final four.
Interesting.
Let me Liv, Jade, Bailey, and Bianca.
Okay.
There we go. That's mine. And then he's changing that. Who do you think? Wait, no, Bailey, Becky, Bianca, and Jade.
Okay, agreed.
So not
triple B's as well, but
he's changing two of his. You can't do that. You
That's
can't.
against the rules.
We set an imaginary set of rules here, Nick.
I wish I had that GIF lined up, man. I'll be using it on his ass right now. I hate not to put Tiffy in there because I really think she should have a nice run in it, but I can't do it. I can't.
They can give her the Bianca run where she gets, she's the Iron Woman, gets a couple of eliminations.
I think she should be number 2, and she should be in there until the 20s.
Yeah, 100% with that.
All right, so here we go with the special ones. We got the men's surprise. You get 2 picks. Again, if it's a return or an NXT person, 1 point. If it's someone who's not with the company, it's 2 points. So if you want to go for them extra ones, this is where you got to do it. So with that, I'll go first here, and I will say men's surprise. Oh, man. Men's surprise. I think we are going to see X-Pac. I think we're going to see X-Pac.
Okay.
I'll play it a safe one, and I will say Ilya Dragunov. I think he should be in, and I think him and Gunther should have a face-to-face in there as well. Albert, who you got?
I don't want to pick the same person as you. Crossing somebody off my list. I'm going to have to think.
I knew you wanted to use him.
I did. You know what? All right, you know what? I got it. Instead of X-Pac, I think that we get at least a return for one night of Wade Barrett.
Okay.
And my far out, super crazy, I don't think it would really happen, but imagine if it did. MJF.
He's going for the big bucks right there. So I'm gonna tell you what, Wade Barrett, I'm gonna give you 2 for it just because he's not an active wrestler.
Okay, fair enough.
I think that's fair. I think he's not active, so I'll give you 2 for that one. And with that, Beast Mode, who do you got?
I'll go with someone that is with the company and then someone that isn't. Ooh.
That one, Nick.
That's a good one too. Let's get it off the screen before
someone that is with the company.
You don't have to do that. You can do.
I think I would like to see. I'd like to see the current North American champion, Obafemi. I think that'd be fun.
Okay.
Really, yeah. Give him a nice little thing, and then someone that isn't with the company. Always ready, Matt Cardona.
That's 2 for Matt Cardona, and let me tell you, I'm a freak out if it's Matt Cardona. If
oh my god, I'm gonna lose it.
That would be so amazing.
That might ruin our plans for pre-WrestleMania because he might be in the WWE at that point. But
nah, I don't think he's going back. I think he'd show up for one night only, though, for sure.
That would be awesome.
And then Courtney says Trick. It's a good shout. And
I'd be here for Trick.
Another good shout because I thought Corey was going to do it last year, but
If Corey comes out to Christ Control too, oh my god,
we're all gonna be nerding out big. This Rumble's gonna be so.
Bro, this is why I love the Royal Rumble, man. This shit's awesome.
So mad you're going.
Tight.
Well, because Melo's been talking about, getting opportunities on SmackDown and this and this and that, and he's been, in Nick Aldis's corner. I think because of Melo, Trick Williams is going to be the Trick Melo game is going to be on display. They're going to be eliminating people together. Trick can get his little shine. Trick's been talking about coming up. So basically, I think it'll be Trick. My other surprise one, it's not going to be out of the company. It's the guy that's been busting his ass and killing the promos, Dijak. Dijak has been killing it in NXT. He hasn't had I wouldn't even say a bad match. He hasn't had a killer match. Killer matches repeatedly. Give Dijak the time of the Rumble. He's earned it.
So I like every name that got dropped.
Oh, I forgot about Braun Breaker. Anyways, no, I'm sticking with Dijak.
Stick with Dijak, man. Dijak's a cool one.
No,
I think Braun's an easy one.
It's Dijak and Breaker, damn it.
Again, I wouldn't be against it at all because I thought we were going to get him last year, and I thought we were going to get Pat McAfee versus Corey Graves at WrestleMania. I thought that was just it would be fantastic, but it didn't happen. Maybe it happened this year. That'd be cool. So now we'll go into the women's surprises. Same rules apply, man. And for this one, I'm going strict Tiffany Stratton easily. That's definitely happening. I'm getting me a point for sure on that one. And then for an outsider, I will just say AJ Lee. But I just have that feeling. I think it's happening. I think when Punk starts teasing it, that's when I start to pay attention. And he did a few, was it last week? He teased it. And when he was on the bump, he had his AJ Lee collect. He literally went into a specific part of his house to do the interview so that AJ Lee could be on display. I think AJ Lee shows up for a one-time appearance, and that's mine. Tiffany and AJ Lee.
Smart.
You're up, Albert.
Victoria.
Ooh,
hell yeah.
Because that would be awesome. And Naomi.
I ain't the lady to mess with.
Oh, that's such an easy 2-pointer right there. I can't believe I missed that one. Who
do you say?
Naomi.
Naomi and Victoria. Yep.
Dang it. That's an easy 2 points he just got. Damn. That's why he's the champ. He's a little cheater. Anyway. Beast Mode, who you got?
I'll take it.
I have one that I think is happening and another that I don't think is, but I would love it. Naomi, first off, easy, done. Second, man, Julia.
I would love that.
This man says I'm gonna crazier than
bro. The Glorious Destroyer shows up, I'm gonna lose my mind, dude. That is my stardom girl. If Julia shows up, oh my god. You might hear, what is that sound in the distance? You just me screaming in my house.
That's fair. I love it.
And Medusa. I thought it was till April. But again, who's to say they don't have working?
Yeah.
Like that's not out of the realm of possibility with Triple H because I think he will play ball.
Wait, Nick, you don't think that you didn't pick Okada as your men's?
Oh my god.
Tidy, your women.
All right, NXT favorite stuff. So Kiana James has been killing it, and as much as I want it to be, fuck.
You have Tiffany in your final four, just so you know.
I know, but I have to pick. I'm going Blair. Blair's been showing out. Blair Davenport.
Oh man, hell yeah!
I have to have Blair on there. I was gonna pick Kiana because Kiana's more than earned it. Way before Blair even got there, Kiana's been earning it. Anyways, and then the one that Nick hates, Mako Satomura.
What, dude? We haven't seen Mako in a long time.
I
love you so much for it, man.
I've been checking weekly to make sure she is not gone. I don't care what Nick says. She is a badass. And I want Mako to come. All those old things of showing Bailey talk about Mako, and people talk about, oh my God, she scares me. Couldn't have been for nothing, man. It's gotta be. I hope Mako.
Okay, and just to touch on this is about Okada, and I'll say this: the Rumble is the 27th, I believe.
Yeah,
and then his contract's up on the 31st. New Japan has said it is amicable, like and he's welcome back, and he's clearly he's Okada. New Japan's like, yes, we have no problems with him.
Spread your wings and fly.
So if Okada has any plans of going to WWE, showing up in the Royal Rumble would be how you would do it with him, 1000%. And I don't think there's any way in the world New Japan would deprive him of that opportunity. So I don't think the contract.
If I hear that coin drop, I'm gonna be a child just crying.
Yeah.
I don't think that would prevent him from showing up at the Rumble. I think just him not.
And I don't think it's gonna happen. That I don't think Julie is showing up, but if it does,
he said we're gonna have a falling out, Tidy. Talking about Mako Satomura.
No, get over it, Nick. It's fine. You know what? I like Cody now. You can like Mako, but
that's a fair trade, Nick. That's a very fair trade. I think he's being reasonable there. But there we go. The predictions are in. The championship is on the line. I will not be able to do the live thing on Saturday night to keep everybody up to date on the Twitter page because I'll be there and I'm not going to be doing that. Hell no, I'm going to be losing my mind. So with that, I will do it on Sunday. You know what? We'll probably just announce it Sunday night on the show because I am rushing back to do the show next week, and we already have a guest for that as well. So we're all set for next week as well. I'm on a roll this year, baby. 2024 is the year of me being in charge and getting shit done. With that said, it is now time for my favorite segment of the whole show now. I just like it because I don't know what we're going to talk about, and that's always fun for me. Guestion of the week, where I ask our guests to bring us a topic that he, she, they would like to discuss. So with that said, the floor is yours. Question or topic, beast mode.
My question for everybody here and everyone in the chat too is if you could go back in a time machine and choose an era of wrestling to witness with your own two eyes live, what era would it be? I'm talking from the beginning of professional wrestling until now. What era would you want to go back and witness live?
You have an answer, Albert?
Yeah, I can. You want me to take this first? All right. I'm gonna go. So I just missed the early '80s. So I was born in '85. I just missed the early '80s, and that era of Ric Flair, Dusty Rhodes, Kerry Von Erich, Magnum TA, all those guys. I mean, I grew up kind of watching the outlier of that. You know, seeing some of those guys, coming in and, kind of being towards the end of their careers, not really towards I want to see Ric Flair in his prime, Dusty Rhodes in his prime, Superstar Billy Graham in his prime. That would be so cool to see some of these bigger stars from mid 70s to mid 80s. That's Harley Race. Go. Yes, Harley Race. Absolutely. Gino Hernandez. There's just so many guys. And there's so many different territories, so many different places to watch. And the fans back then were so passionate. Just Memphis in general. Just to see a Memphis show live with Jerry Lawler in the main event, punching Bill Dundee in the face like there was no tomorrow. That's where I am. Because I've seen everything else. My first show was Attitude Era. The main event was Undertaker and Stone Cold Steve Austin versus Shawn Michaels and Triple H. I saw, I caught that. I caught everything from there on out. I've been a wrestling fan since. I was huge into it when I was 4 years old, watching early 90s wrestling. The 80s, the mid 70s, the mid 80s is where I missed. And I'd love to go back and see that.
That's a good answer. Ty, do you have an answer?
Yeah, I do. But I mean, I've been watching wrestling for the last 12, 13 years. And I think for me, it would be, because I only seen one live show in my life, but what really kicked it off for me was just women's wrestling. So I would love to just see it live, Sasha and Charlotte Hell in a Cell. I love that match so much. I would do anything if I was there live for that moment. Besides that, if I had to go old school, anything around Roddy Piper, if I can live in the time of just watching him, because that's a different level of personality that I love. Or Macho Man. God, I would love to watch Macho Man.
Yeah.
Macho Man and Randy, those are two big personalities I would love to see live and live in that era for a while. But yeah, I still got to go with my girl Charlotte and Sasha at Hell in a Cell.
Okay, so with that, I would have said the 80s. Albert said the 80s, so I'm going to say something different. And I'll pick this one right here. It's a great action because this is the period of wrestling where I stopped watching. WCW went under. Stone Cold retired. I said, I'm out. This sucks.
I loved it.
I had literally just become like an adult or a pre-adult. I just finished and I was doing crazy things, 18, 19, those years. You just go crazy. And I was tired of wrestling because WCW, I lost my baby. So I was like, man, wrestling is booty. And then Vince McMahon destroyed WCW with that stupid invasion angle. I was like, man, Vince is booty. And then Stone Cold says bye. And I said, man, everybody's booty. I'm done. I'm going on and do other things. And then I came back. I saw CM Punk. I said, man, this guy's awesome. What have I been missing? I went back. I've watched a lot of stuff in the Ruthless Aggression. But as I always say, watching it live and watching it after, it's just not the same. And we had 4 of the biggest superstars in the history of WWF grow during that period, and I just missed it. So I would love to go back and watch it live so I could see the rise of Cena and Bautista and Orton. I know Brock wasn't really around. He was only there for a few years, but just seeing his rise. I saw some of that first year, and I was like, man, this guy's incredible. He's going to be a big deal. And then he left not that long after. But just the other 3 in themselves, Edge, because I liked Edge before. I just never got to saw that rise. So I see a lot of people have this fascination with him, and I just feel left out because I didn't get to take that ride with him. So that's why I don't feel as connected as a bunch of other people do with him. So that definitely would be the one I went back and watched live, or I could go back and watch live because, yeah, I missed out on so much, and I kind of hate myself for it, honestly.
It was fun. It was a lot of fun. My first pay-per-view was 2002 Survivor Series, first ever Elimination Chamber. Man, take me back. Take me back to those days.
And with that, Beast Mode, you asked the question, what would you do? What's the era you would do?
Man, so I was 100% born in the wrong decade. I was born 2002, so I grew up later Ruthless Aggression era, and I have since gone back and watched older stuff from the 70s, 80s, 90s, and the era I would adore to see live is the Attitude Era. Like, specifically 96, 97 turn of the Attitude Era to like 2001, 2, having the Monday Night Wars, seeing WCW versus WWF, and then my favorite, and I'm actually, after the podcast, gonna go watch some of this old school ECW. Like, I would lose my shit if I ever got to see that, if I ever got the chance to see that live, and specifically being in the crowd for WrestleMania 17. I'm getting chills just thinking about it. Like, I would love to be there and love to experience that live and love to experience that with take my friends back and experience it with them. Just experience that raw, passionate Attitude Era emotion. Was just, it would be so incredible. I've since gone back and watched it like archived, but nothing beats seeing it live, and I would love to go back and see it live. That would be fantastic. I'm a 90s soul in a 2000s body. What can I say?
I went through that era. I go back and watch that era, and I think it's the only era of wrestling I can go back and watch and enjoy most of it.
Yes, I agree.
It was that good. It was just, it's undescribable. Whereas I think wrestling is better off now. The feeling was just, you can't even explain it back then. It was just amazing. So
and also, Beast, you've grown up in this time where the internet's been a thing your entire life. There was no internet back then.
Yeah.
So when there was a surprise, there was a surprise.
2 moments right here, I'll tell you right now. Chris Jericho. I loved him in WCW. He was my life. Yes. I loved him. I thought he was the most creative person in the world. When he debuted on WWE, I had no clue. And I literally, I don't think I've ever freaked out that much in my life when he showed up. And then I think it was like a year
get goosebumps watching it back still.
Yeah, it's still awesome, but it was amazing. Kane's debut was another one that you saw live, and it was like, what the?
Yeah.
And then when Jericho won the title on Raw on an Earl Hebner fast count, I legit ran through the house. It was just I don't see things like that much anymore, but man, back then it just seemed to happen like once a month. It was just incredible.
If I ever got the chance to do that, my top 3 moments to see would have been Kane's debut, Jericho's WWF debut, and Mankind winning the title.
There you go.
Oh my god.
Oh man, buddy.
And since you brought up going to WrestleMania 17 live, I'll go ahead and throw this in. I would want to go to WrestleMania 18 live. There's no way.
Fair, dude.
18,
Rock Hogan.
Yeah, there's no way I'm not seeing that if I have a chance.
Jesus.
And I get y'all are getting nostalgic, and I love it and all, but man, I'd rather not live in any other era than I'm living in right now.
That's fair.
I'm sorry,
That's fair, man.
That's fair. That's 100% fair.
My world, for like I always tell like Jimmy or I'm sure Albert knows, like Seth Rollins got me into wrestling when he got injured. I realized I missed him, and then I got kind of depressed watching because I was watching all the Hulu stuff back to back. Someone told me to watch it, and they had all that shit archived, so I was going to town. And I realized I missed Seth. I realized I love wrestling, but really solidified it for me though, man, was it was the women's wrestling. For me, a lot of people watch like college football, and to them it's better than like the NFL, or they do that for college basketball. Well, I know, Jimmy, I get it, but they hustle more. There's someone you're rooting for, but when I see the women doing it, like, man, I root so hard for them. Like, they literally solidified wrestling for me, and right now they're about to explode in 2024.
Yeah,
this is time, and this is my favorite. I cannot see living in a different era because right now women are
for sure.
Mommy's
I think
100%. Absolutely.
I think I appreciate the women's wrestling more now because I had to sit through the Attitude Era and see the shit they had to go through. Like back then, I'm like, this is cool because I was a teenager and it was just like, yeah, whatever. Yeah, this is amazing. I've never seen this stuff before. This is great. But now I look back, I'm like, this is stupid. I'll fast forward. I was like, this is dumb. This is pointless. Why are we doing this to these people? That's dumb. So I appreciate the women's wrestling now more because of going through the Attitude Era. But I get what you're saying 100%, Heidi. Like, it is the golden age, in my opinion. Like, there's no better time for this.
Come back. Damn it, not in a Vince McMahon role with Triple H running it. Man, I used to hate Sasha Banks because she would fight with Charlotte. But when I watched her with Charlotte, I was like, man, that woman could wrestle. And then I started to love Sasha just based on her wrestling alone. So I want her back this year.
All right. Great question. I think that's my favorite question we've been asked so far.
Yeah,
great question, Beast. So hopefully, at the very least, you'll win the championship so you can be back next month and you can ask us another great question. That's what I'm going to say there. But if not, we'll still get you back on the show later because this was a great show.
Hell yeah.
You asked a great question. So now it's time to say our goodbyes. Before that, we all say our individual pieces. Albert, we'll start with you this week. Tell them what they need to know about you.
They need to know that Beast is invited back anytime he wants. Just he's not taking the championship off of me. New Slam Sessions video up all right now. Actually, I feel like that's how everybody looks at me every week.
Yeah.
Yeah. New Slam Sessions show up right now. Uploaded about an hour or so ago. So go check it out. Got some new AEW figs in. Got some new WWE figs in. Take a watch. That's where you can find me.
Since we're talking about figs, I'll show it off. Ooh, look at that find, baby. Look at that find. That's the fucking Undertaker. He's coming back to win Royal Rumble this Saturday, guys. Just so I know.
That should have been your prediction.
No. The hell no.
Want those points.
Tidy. Let them know what they need to know, man.
All right. There's so many good things in this world. And right now, as much as we talk about it, damn it, not Seth. Man, I hope this is a swerve. I hope this isn't real. I hope this is a damn work because, man, he's worked way too damn hard and didn't let people win that I wanted to win, like Drew, etc. He won against AJ, but Seth has been carrying
He beat Sammy, too, man, just so
son of a bitch. But I love Seth because he brought me back into wrestling. That was the whole thing, and I really hope this is a work, man. For Seth's sake, I know everybody's talking about what's going to happen, but nah, man, that's not the right way. And you do that to him at Mania? How did Bayley feel when she couldn't do Mania when she was injured?
Yeah.
Man, that shit hurts, dude.
Yeah.
So, really hope this is the work. 5 miracles.
And it would be taking Seth's main event away, which he still has never had, which is
I hate CM Punk. What a
absolutely
good build off that
criminal.
alone. God.
Beast mode. The time is now. What would you like to tell these people and let them know where they can find you?
Where you can find me? Well, I have a link on my Twitter page if you want to go give me a follow and check out my link. It is at _beastmode9000_ on Twitter. Same thing on Instagram as well. I have a link in my bio. That's my link tree. Has all my shit on it. My YouTube channel that I'm currently working on some other stuff on. It's been a little bit since I posted, unfortunately, but college and work kind of tends to screw things up. But I'm working on posting some more stuff. I'm trying to get some new art out as well. I am an artist. I don't draw or anything, but I do some Photoshop art. So we're trying to get something rolling on that. If you want to go support me, make sure to, shameless plug, couple of them, make sure to go to my sponsor's website, www.dubby.gg. They have an incredible lineup of flavors. They are a energy supplement company. They also have hydro flavors that don't have any caffeine in them. Make sure to use the promo code BEAST9000 for 10% off your next order. And go to www.tpublic.com/officialbeastmode9000 to get some official Beast Mode 9000 merch that I am repping right now. All hail the Skull King. I've got also a lot of other different designs on there as well that I actually make myself. I make my own merch, make my own content, and I just hope you guys enjoy it.
There you go. And if you're not following him and he doesn't have new content, he still has all the old content you can go back and watch so you'll be caught up when he gets the new content out.
Absolutely. And one last thing before we do go, wanted to say that it is all professional wrestling. Just like what you like, to steal a phrase from the great Brian Zane. Like what you like, don't be a dick. Just enjoy all the wrestling. Just enjoy the wrestling. And remember to stay mindful. We are all humans, and remember to take care of yourselves because you are special.
There you go. There you go. I like that. And it's just basically the same thing I'm always saying. Just enjoy wrestling, because I think you should enjoy the wrestling you like. And if you don't like it, don't watch it. That way you don't have to not enjoy it. Just enjoy the wrestling that you like, people. It's that easy. Y'all know where to find me. I'll be right back here next week with the crew. We will also be joined by a guest. I've been trying to get him on for a minute, and it just hasn't worked out. Things have gotten in the way, but he will be here next week. As of right now, I'm hoping that one falls through. He seems very, very excited to make up for the lost one, the times he didn't show up. And we'll be talking about Royal Rumble, because that's this Saturday, where I will be as well for that one. Check out for the Drip King banner. I will be hanging it over the edge. Look for it, because I'm on the edge. I'm putting it over the edge. You can spot me very easily if you just check for the flag. That's where I will be. And also, head on over to YouTube if you're not watching on YouTube, and get ready for some clips, because I always say I'm going to do it, but then I always get caught up in the moment. I know the moment now. I can expect it. I'll be going to a live watch party with some wrestlers on Friday for SmackDown, and then I will be going to Royal Rumble on Saturday. I'll be getting as much clips as I can. Check out the shorts. That's where they'll probably be, and I'll be posting those. Other than that, thank you guys for watching. Thank you, Beast Mode, for joining us. Fantastic show. Amazing.
Thank you for having me on the show.
Really appreciate it. And Albert, your title will not be Nick's. It will not be Beast Mode's, and it will not be Tidy's. It won't even be yours, because I'm taking it home when Sami Zayn wins the Royal Rumble. Ooh, yeah. And that's the show, everybody. Thank you, and we will see you next week. Deuces, peace, goodbye.
Much love.